Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, and I'm very happy to have Andre Shoumatoff. I know I was going to say that like just sort of sketchy, Shoumatoff. Here with Park City Bike Demos, and you said say it like you spell it, but you kind of don't.
Yeah, a lot of people put a C in there. So.
You're funny. Anyway, it's great to have you here, my friend. We've noticed your vans as we've been driving by down Kearns on the way to work, and I'm like, wow, like the Park City Bike Demos. I'm like, what's going on there? I've seen you kind of start to grow over this last year. And man, have you? Holy Toledo. It's amazing. What a success story.
I mean, 2 years ago we started with just the vans, and last year we went to our retail location. So we went from 25 to 140 bikes last year.
Wow.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, that's exciting. Now, I guess we kind of need to get into how your business differs from like a typical rental. Because I was thinking about this, I'm like, okay, so I asked you, I'm like, okay, can I buy last year's bike? You know? And you're like, you can buy this year's bike, right? That's how it works. It's a little different. So tell us kind of the plan. Yeah,
so basically mountain bikes are sort of like a set of skis. Take the best Rosignol skis, and 7 out of 10 people will love them, but 3 out of 10 won't like them. And now, especially with mountain bikes, but also with road and other bikes, and we carry both, it's a very personal choice. So you can and I've done it myself, read, and bought a bike, and truth is most bikes are pretty good, but there are little nuances and differences in size and fitment, and so really the best way to find out the answer to those is to try it. So the question, are you really a 29er or 27.5 person in terms of wheel size? Do you like short travel or long travel bikes? Now there are all these new long travel bikes that pedal as efficient as short travel bikes did. Which is
a different, for people who don't understand what that means, this means you're going to have a different feel as you're pedaling.
Pedaling and especially going downhill. So it's how deep the suspension is. So if it's deep and long, you can go over crazy things and rough bumps and big jumps and all sorts of things. And so where bikes were, I don't know, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, where they had 120 or 130 millimeters of travel, aka 4.5, 5 inches. Now the 6-inch bikes are on par with where they were 6, 8 years ago. So now you can come and try that out. And so basically, we have a large rental fleet. The word demos in our name is very purposeful because it means different things to different people. So to some people it means rentals. So some people even call us Park City Bike Rentals, but we're Park City Bike Demos. And then if you're in the market for a bike, you can try it before you buy it. And that's what that word means to those people.
Indeed.
So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot different. And okay, I guess one of the things I want to talk about too that my friends mentioned to me, and you mentioned it with the 6-inch travel. One of my buddies said, look, bikes nowadays, this year's stuff, he's like, if you can hold on, it can go down anything.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's you got to wrap your head around that idea.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
We've really come a long ways in technology.
Really come a long ways, and then there are little simple things that matter, like handlebar width and good grips and all those things. So
they're all going to make a difference whether you feel comfortable on the bike.
Yeah, exactly. And we go out of our way to do that. All of our grips are actually interchangeable, and I mean we'll customize it literally down to your hands and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We sell an experience.
Okay. So so talk to me about like the typical client that comes into the store. We're talking kids, adults, families. What do you got?
So that's really interesting. In cycling, 4 out of 5 people who buy bikes and own bikes are actually people who own Walmart level bikes. So
that's what I had.
Yeah, exactly.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of us, we all did, and it isn't that embarrassing. So 1 in 5 Americans rides a bike 20 miles a year or longer. So that to me is surprising. And so basically at first we said, okay, this has to be elite, elite, elite. And we sought all these different opinions, and everyone's like, go elite, charge, 3 times more than everyone else, all this other stuff. And so we did it, and we experimented with it, and it turned out that a huge amount of our population were people visiting up on Main Street, having lunch 2 or 3 days while they're here for their week. Yeah. And 100 mountain bikers ride by, because that's what happens every time they go to lunch, and they say, you know what, we're mountain bikers too, because they have their Walmart bikes back at home, and so let's go try it. So those people show up. To them, it's more of a commodity type experience. Yeah. With us, we're very cautious about what bikes we purchase. So we don't just buy cookie cutter bikes. We literally have spreadsheets with geometry and bottom bracket height, and then we try them before we buy them all. So even our base level bikes are really nice, 1x11, wow, and good shocks, et cetera, et cetera. And so we take those people, send them out to Round Valley, give them very specific directions, et cetera, and put them on an $1,800 or $2,800 bike, but they feel the difference. They have a great time, and usually it's a whole family. But then we also have elite riders. We had a world time trial champion last year. Last week we hosted the chief product officer of Strava, which is this app that everyone tracks on their phones to see what you rode. So all sorts of people. So a huge range, and that's one thing we're really excited about is we go out of our way to make sure everyone's welcome. Yeah. And so, you don't have to feel like,
in other words, you're not saying to somebody who comes in is like that Walmart rider, like, okay, nerd, let me put you on something that you can handle.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You're treating everybody fairly.
Yeah, so we call that bike shop virus, which in bike shops, there's, and it makes sense, but there, a lot of people, there's something about it that it builds up in the culture of bike shops where people enjoy, like, kind of like belittling or
teasing
whatever.
People don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I kind of equate it to, like, if you had an old flip phone and you went to, like, a local place to get your iPhone, the guy might, like, snicker a little bit. Yeah. But if you went to the Apple store, they'd be psyched. They'd be like, we finally got you to get a smartphone, and we're psyched to do it. And that's kind of how we operate. So we really go out of our way to make sure that person is like, and even down to the staff we hire, they're typically more from hotel industry rather than bike shop. We don't do service, so we really know our bikes. We fix a lot of bikes and do some cool things on the service side, but mostly related to our own bikes or supporting bikes that have been sold. But so we really try to customer-oriented people, exactly. I like that. So everyone's welcome, and doesn't matter what your experience level is, et cetera. And we really go out of our way to do that. Now, rentals, demos, so to speak, as many days as you need. How does that work? You can do as much as you'd like. If you're in the market to buy, it accrues up to $600. So basically, if you're going to buy a bike, the rental is free. So so that's what's cool. So that's, again, and I come in and switch out a couple times. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, but we'll usually get it right the first time. So we have all these. It's me. Everyone says it's we. I'd say we, but it's really me. But we have all these little things that we do that we call them slang terms that basically we call them valleys in France. So certain people, like when they started riding, they started somewhere, but they progressed on a certain type of bike, a Scott Genius or a certain Specialized, or maybe they went with a DW Link, which are pivots and Ibis and whatever. So we kind of understand what they like to ride and what they, how they feel. So typically we'll try to nail that on the first time, saying, okay, and we're really looking at the bike as what problem do you want to solve, and so. What type of terrain are you going to ride? How often are you going to Moab or somewhere where bigger, cushier travel might be helpful to you? Or are you only riding in Park City? Are you interested in efficiency? All these different things. So we'll typically nail it, but you can try 2-3 bikes. So it's up to $600, and you get to keep that credit for up to 6 months. And it works for any bike, new or used. That's awesome. Yeah, isn't that cool?
I like that
Pretty
a lot.
simple.
I'm going to get off my Schwinn banana bike any day now.
Yeah, exactly.
This is great.
Those are awesome on the trails. So.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I thought they were.
Yeah.
Until I rolled my ankle. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I need a bike.
Yeah.
This is great. No, I'm feeling like a place I can maybe come to myself.
Yeah, we have a coffee machine, so we'll make you an espresso.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'm feeling like I'm already at home. Where is it at?
It's right on Kearns. So most people see our vans and then just drive right by our shop.
Right.
It's kind of funny. It's the old ski team building. It is an old office, so I guess, or it used to be offices, so I guess it's understandable. But right next to Adolph's is
right there.
Park City Bike Demos. Yeah.
All right.
So
we check in on the web as well?
Yeah, parkcitybike.demos.com.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I really appreciate it, Andre. Thank you so
absolutely.
very much for coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Park City Bike Demos. You can go and demo until you buy. That's the way to do it. It makes sense to find the one that fits for you. If you're in the market for a Schwinn, I got that for you. But I think I'd head over to Park City Bike Demos. More to come here on the Mountain Morning Show. We will be right back.